Live. There we go. How's it going, everybody?
Not well.
That doesn't sound well.
Not well.
They can't. They can barely tell. You can barely tell. It's totally fine. Totally casual.
Totally casual, he says.
Totally casual indeed for the Monday after Thanksgiving. Still November. You know, it's weird. It's weird to think that this
Hey,
year's almost up. Sometimes you have to open your app and close it again. I don't know. But for those watching with us, thank you so much for joining us on this winter's eve. It is getting dangerously close to that 2024 mark. And for that, I am excited. New year, good stuff coming. Only 5 weeks left in this year. Plenty done, plenty accomplished, plenty of cool stuff. Good. And it looks like, is that Richard checking in from the future? Already Tuesday, an even better day because in town, no, this is worldwide now. It's Taco Tuesday for some people, not for us. We're still on Monday, unfortunately. Um, what was I going to say? Frankie's highlighting. What is a highlight?
I don't know. I just had it on there, so I put it on there.
All right, then highlight indeed. For those who are just joining us, today's topic is going to be a couple of good cigars from two companies that we have not featured in a minute, but both are still, near and dear to the heart. We've got Gurkha Cigars, and we have Alec Bradley, recently part of the Forge portfolio. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
so some good stuff to be considered. And as Frankie shares, I would love it if you guys would do us a favor and
But
share
I
as
don't
well.
understand. Like, it's not letting me do the everyone anymore. I don't know what's going on.
No, that's weird.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it just took a second to get up.
Yeah,
Sometimes it does that. I've noticed that as well.
very weird.
Weird indeed.
As you guys see, I have some tissue up my nose because for some reason my nose decided to bleed. I don't know why. So the two cigars we have here are one is from Gurkha Cigars. It is the Pure Evil. I actually like the band of this one. It's got the skull and the red writing plus the crossed blades.
Boom.
You guys see that? Like, go on, take that out of the.
Yeah, I'll get it out right now.
And the other one is the Black Market from Alec Bradley,
Is that the
which
illicit?
not just Black Market.
Just the black marker. Okay, my bad.
It's been sitting there for a while. You can see how yellow that is.
Oh, but ooh, that smells spicy. The band or the not the band, excuse me, the wrapper alone is red pepper for days. My gosh, barnyard and red pepper. If you were to ask a farmer, like, hey, can you just throw a bunch of cayenne and red pepper into your stalls? That's what that smell would be. I friggin' love it. I don't
Yeah.
care what anyone says. I know by barnyard, by farm smell, it's either hay or it's dookie. All right, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna
No,
get manure or you're gonna get hay.
now I have a question for everybody watching. Um, Recently, Skip took to Facebook to criticize people saying what flavors they get out of cigars. He's like, everybody says it tastes like leather, um, espresso, and chocolate, and that's all anybody ever gets. So that's all they ever say it is. And he's like, it tastes like tobacco. That's what it is. But in my opinion, and you guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong, I think that if it just tastes like tobacco, we'd all use the same stuff.
You wouldn't. There would be no need to blend.
Right. So I think in the blending and the different locations that it's grown and the way that it's harvested, the way that it's dried and aged, the farmers and the blenders and the owners are happy to get those nuances that you taste in a cigar because then everything else will just taste the same. I mean, how do you explain what tobacco tastes like? And for different people from different regions, it tastes differently.
Yeah, it's gonna. It's kind of got to almost. You can't. You can't make French fries with a spud and a russet. I don't know the different types of potatoes. All right, but they're not gonna come out exactly the same. Okay, you can't have a Granny Smith and a Red Delicious and make the same apple pie. All right, it doesn't work that way. You can't have red and white grapes and it comes out the same kind of wine.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally red and white wines. It doesn't make any sense. Plants have different flavor profiles. They smoke differently. If you were to smoke your turkey, if those of you smoke turkeys over the Thanksgiving break here,
Mhm.
if you did it with cedar, it would be much different than if you did it with cherry wood. You know, you're gonna instill different flavors.
Brian, how
Obviously,
you doing?
hey Brian, how you doing? That's
Um,
a huge difference in
we're just
tobacco. Though.
talking about a comment that was made online about cigars and people saying flavor profiles that they get from it. Um, do you agree that it just tastes like tobacco, or do you agree that the way people blend, the way people grow in the different areas that they grow tobacco, lend to those different flavors like espresso, chocolate, um, pepper, cedar, oak, all these different flavors that people get um, lend to the blend of the cigar. If you say, okay, so all cigars just taste like tobacco, then what's the point of having different cigars? You make the same cigar.
Hey John, how you doing? Checking it out
Um,
on YouTube.
there's nothing against Skip. We like Skip. We smoke Romacraft. We talk to Mike every once in a while over there. But I do disagree with him on this. If all cigars just taste like tobacco and you can't get any different flavor profiles out of it, everybody make the same cigar.
I
There's
say
no point to blend.
I'd say two things in that. I think he's either just trying to get a rise out of people, which is what he can do easily with that. Or I have to disagree with him on the way other end of the spectrum, where I think sometimes when these guys naming flavors, you're just making shit up on me. Okay? I've never had, you know, unsalted saltine crackers with a hint of root beer barrel, but not root beer itself. And it might be the off-brand root beer barrels, not the ones you get from A&W. And
Okay,
some guys
okay,
get crazy like that.
okay. Granted, yeah, there are some differences um, in the way people say they get flavors, and maybe some are far, far out there. But you take two different cigars, and you're not going to tell me, oh, because they're cigars, they're both tobacco. That's all they taste like.
There's no way this is tasting like yours right now.
Yeah, just saying, just because it's tobacco, that's all it tastes like. Yeah, but what does that taste like to you? What does that taste like to me? What does that taste like to somebody else?
No,
That's my main issue. Is like
no, absolutely.
you can't tell me that I'm not going to pick up stuff on a cigar from this one as opposed to pick up different notes from another one, and it's all just going to taste like tobacco to me.
And let's Eduardo, I said hi to Eduardo. And yeah, absolutely agree with that. It's not gonna be the same, but I want to read Brian's real quick. Notes of flavors are noticed when retrohale, but the flavor notes changes as the cigar burn as the cigar due to humidity. When you first light up, the first draws of tobacco is the driest. As the cigar draws across the tobacco, it's moistures it moisturizes the cigar and is a major factor in the flavor notes changing. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they say it tastes like Chinese pea pods, yeah. Oh my gosh, John, yes. I will say I absolutely love listening to Cigar Authority, and I apologize off the top of my head, I cannot remember his name, but one gentleman does that in abundance. And if you want to hear cigars and poetry, give him a listen though, and you're gonna dig it. I wouldn't say I agree with what he says, but it is fun to hear him describe it that way. You did it one time with one specific cigar, which we can go into a little bit. You can need to in your hand. Are you right now, or are you good?
What?
You're bleeding?
Oh shit.
You leaking? Are you good? No, you're good. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah. Sorry guys. I had a little blood on my hand. I had a big ass nosebleed earlier,
Mm.
so I'm trying to trail that shit. I guess I didn't see that. Okay, my bad.
I just want to make sure it's not right
Yeah.
now. I apologize. I apologize for that. No, all cigars do not taste the same. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of brands that have some that all have similar, but no, I totally taste a oak, coffee, leather, especially this note of pepper. The most, yeah, absolutely most common stuff right
Yeah.
there. Nothing wrong with that either. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with common notes.
And again, I'm not trying to knock Skip for his opinion,
I am.
but yeah, just saying cigars. Oh yeah, they taste like tobacco. That's it. Stop saying they taste like this or that. Again, the blenders, the growers, the owners, I think they strive for that kind of stuff.
I thought that's part of the tradition of it. Sam, how you doing, brother? He thought that was a Retrohale totally changes the absolutely,
Absolutely.
yeah, 100%. Don't
Except,
retrohale right now.
except when you're bleeding.
Do
Don't
not do
it
that
then,
right now,
yeah.
please. I will freak the geek out. It's not a thick gauge. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I will say this on the other end though too. For those gentlemen out there who I know quite a few who say all I taste is tobacco, don't worry about that.
That's
If you
fine.
enjoy it, doesn't matter if you can describe what you're tasting or if it literally is just tobacco to you.
Yeah.
If you like it, smoke it. And if you stick with the same, you know, similar blends, like Samantha was saying, there's a lot of similarities out there. But if you go for Maduros because you know you like Maduros, even though you can't really taste the difference, no problem. Grant, how you doing?
And right now we have a gentleman that is watching that if you guys want to go see about the different profiles of cigars, you guys could head on down to Cigars Mas Finos and uh, hang out there with McCormick, and he'll show you what they have there in their humidor.
That
So
is
good to
true.
see you.
That is absolutely true. How you doing? Cormac, good guy, good peoples, good shop in general. But if you notice chocolate notes, I don't know what type of tobacco it is exactly. I can guess. Maybe it is Connecticut broadleaf. That is something I would love to explore more, but that's like a whole year worth of dedication, I think,
Hmm.
to finding out exactly what, and obviously talking to those who understand it better than I do, of what leaves give off what flavors,
Hmm.
and not only that, but stacking what flavor profile from what leaves to make those other notes.
Hmm.
For instance, this is a shot, and it's like super oversimplified right here, but you make that birthday shot, the birthday cake shot,
Hmm.
and it's vodka and lemon or something, isn't it? Or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to taste like chocolate cake, but by the time you actually combine all the notes in a certain way, it doesn't have to be exact, I don't think, but close enough. It does taste like chocolate all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So there are ways to what's the word I'm looking. I don't know if it's trick your brain or to get those notes into your mind, and it's fascinating. There's guys who can do that. They are incredible at what they do. Can't retrohale, but I do get flavors without it. I can't. I can't. I can't. I some pine nut over and I can't. Oh, some pine nut over another, but I get flavors. Hey, Peter and Richard, how you guys doing? No, I get that too. There's some times where it's like wood is woody. That's if that makes any sense. Sometimes it's just wood.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's very much cedar note. Sometimes it's very much oak. Sometimes very just spicy, or sometimes it is literally like dark, like black pepper spice. But that's not every time.
Hmm.
That's not going to be every cigar, which is why some are preferred over others,
Right.
or some are given more time to age than others, or a higher price
Hmm.
point. Because they're supposed to be better.
Yeah.
You hope for that at least. You hope that they're going to be better.
Right. No, that's exactly right. And then I think we had a comment from Samuel there. So still smoking and working as always.
Nice.
Relaxing with the stogies. He's loving his full body cigars right now.
Like where your head's at, brother. So many factors in how to smoke cigars and taste. I think dry boxing for 24 hours is worth a try on a cigar you usually smoke and see if that changes. That is another
Hmm.
cool little experiment to do. There's one that we were told by the Boost people to put a Boost into one glass jar, one airtight jar with your cigar. Same type of cigar, same cigar with a Bovita, and see if there's flavor changes. See if the actual humidification packs,
Yeah.
because they both do about the same thing. I think maybe the Boost lasts a little bit longer, but they're essentially doing the same job. But if they did actually, if one of them actually does leave a taste that is unpleasant, you might want to switch over to the other one for yourself.
Hmm.
That that's the best way to do it. I know Bovita's kind of a standard, but Boost does a great job as well. And I think they're even a little bit cheaper. So just, kind of keep that in mind, guys.
Grant chimes in with it's like tasting food when you're sick. You can't taste as much when your nose is clogged up. Most taste comes from smell. Absolutely right.
100%.
That's why retrohaling is such a big part if you're trying to differentiate against different notes you're getting in your cigars. Yeah, sure. I'm getting some notes like this, but for me, it's more spice and wood. And I think if I was able to actually smell right now and was able to use my nose to retro, um, I would definitely be able to pinpoint more what spices, like a black pepper spice, a red flake spice. Um, what kind of wood is it? Oak? Is it cedar? Is it something else? Um, Unfortunately, of course, 'cause I can't. I'll have to wait.
And then Samuel brings up the point, yeah, when you have food and you're trying to taste it, hot versus cold does change it a lot, which is why I like cold pizza. But that's neither here nor there. And that would make sense why sometimes when you are taking a little dry draw off of your cigar, it doesn't really, you're not going to taste that once you light it up because you're burning it now. It's much different, which is why I think we both talk about I enjoy it, you don't enjoy it for the Kentucky Fire Cure. If you take a cold draw on that before you light up, it's like fish. It has a fishy taste to it, and
Gross.
I love it.
Gross.
So that's an excellent point right there. And Pats will have a new head coach next year, hopefully.
I don't think so. The first time under Robert Kraft that they're going back to back losing seasons, and
Rough.
I mean, after almost 2 decades of relative, really good success, I mean, and then letting go of the best player of all time, you can't expect them to bounce back immediately. So, I mean, even 2 losing seasons in a row compared to almost 20 years of being at the top. I mean, it's really like
damn near close to it every single time.
Yeah, it's like can't be that mad. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but you know you're gonna have to rebuild. So, I mean, I think they definitely stay with him. I just don't think that he's under the hot seat yet. I think next year, uh, he should at least be around 500. Wins and losses. If he gets to there, obviously they're making a step in the right direction, and they'll build on that.
Well, they're clearly seeing the holes in the armor there. They needed Brady.
It's not just that; they need a lot of stuff.
It's a whole. They built everything around him.
Yeah,
and that's fine because it worked. If it works, don't fix it. But now they need to fix it. The Cardinals not doing well. Honestly, I've not kept up very well. I know my Buccaneers are doing pretty terrible right now. Want to say we're like 3 losses behind breaking even, which I don't think doesn't matter now. No, never that good to begin with. So whenever we do well, totally fine. Did not get to watch all of Survivor Series, unfortunately. Do you have any notes on it though?
I have lots of notes on it.
I know Eduardo, his prediction was absolutely correct. And CM Punk is back, but whatever. 2-10. Damn. Samuel. Oof. Yeah, maybe a couple changes there. Poor Cardinals.
Yeah. So as far as Survivor Series goes, it started off with the women's war games, in which Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Shotzi Blackheart won over Damage Control.
Good match.
They had a couple pretty cool spots.
Yeah.
What's her name puts herself on the very top of the cage and throws a chain down to Dakota Kai, who straps a trash can to it. She pulls it up like a fishing rod and puts the trash can over her like she's playing Metal Gear Solid and sneaking around, and then jumps onto the girls waiting below, which looked so dumb when she was doing it.
Awesome.
But was really actually pretty awesome.
It was awesome.
And then Charlotte, of course, did a similar spot where she does like a moonsault.
No trash can though.
But no trash can.
Clearly, she didn't do as much damage. She didn't have a trash can on her. If oh god, what was the movie we just watched? Did a movie night here, and there was damn it, Nirmadu or something. The creator, was that what it's called?
Yeah.
Basically, it's AI robots. They just want to live, and there are these self-destruct robots, and she looked like one of those. She looked like a trash can that was gonna blow up on itself, and she did it. That was awesome.
Those poor robots, man. Like, okay, so not to spoil the movie, but they're having their big battle scene at the end, and these little trash can looking robots that's all they're for, is self-destruct. They're just big bombs. Like you said, how far you want them to run, and then they blow up. And the evil lady gives her command, tells that one to activate and go, and it looks at the next robot, and the next robot's like shaking his head, like, don't do it, bro.
I don't want.
And so the first robot says, "It's been a pleasure serving you, ma'am," and just takes off running because he knows he's about to die.
I knew it was coming, and I still didn't believe it until he blew up.
Okay, so if anybody wants to do the 420 Club, where you get cigars that you don't know what they are because they've been rebanded,
banded over.
The original bands are underneath, so banded over. And then on Wednesdays, I believe it is, you guys will go online, smoke them together, and see if you can find out what they are. That's a good way to test your palate if you think you're ready for that. If you can tell what kinds of tobaccos come from where and what reminds you of what, and if you can guess what it is, um, definitely get a hold of Brian and do that. That'd be a lot of fun for you guys to do that.
What do you call it? Yeah, it is a lot of fun. And if you can hop on, I think you definitely should hop on. Richard, though, Rollins and Punk definitely have a match. They're definitely gonna do the rivalry, just like when Rhodes came back. I think they're gonna make CM Punk the face on that one, just because he's coming back, and they can sell a lot more.
Now, apparently, after they went off air, someone caught Rollins going off, giving him the double birds, F this, F you, F that. And they're thinking that Rollins seriously really dislikes CM Punk for doing what he did by coming back. But
I don't think.
I don't think that it's like that big of a deal. I think they told him to cause drama because they knew people would have their phones going.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and see how that goes.
I don't think it's real.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that much heat. I think WrestleMania Philly is Rollins versus Punk. It'll be popular. Yeah, absolutely. That's the best way to do it right now.
Yeah.
Well, you have one cigar left in the world. Who do you share it with? Been a minute since I asked something though. I like that question. If I have one, wait, do I have one for me and for the other person? And that's it. And I have no more cigars ever again. I gotta get that in there before I answer the question. And that's true, Brian. That is an excellent gift for a cigar smoking buddy. If you have one that you're like, what do I get this person for Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, you just have one. Just one. That's it. Guess I'm gonna give it to him, and that's gonna be the end of the show then. That's how we wrap it up. Like, if we decided, like, okay, one day we're gonna end it, the show's done, we'd have to get cigars from as many people as we can get, like from companies and stuff, like which ones we can't find. Look for the ones we have here until we get through all of them. And the last two are that's it. The last show.
Yeah. Let's see, where do we leave off?
I like that.
Yeah, Raw and Triple H are pretty tight. So yeah, they all knew. I mean, they all knew.
Of course they knew.
Yeah, there's no way they didn't know. Next up, they had Gunther beating The Miz, keeping his title. That's the one I was disappointed in. I was really hoping The Miz would go over. I hope it's not the end of their feud. I hope they keep going, and I hope maybe The Miz will win it at WrestleMania.
I want to say he's gonna just like I think Eduardo brought this up. He's just gonna set it down. Like, I'm going for the big guns. I'm going for the main title, and then there'll be some sort of usually like a fatal 4-way or something to refill the spot, and then Miz gets it.
Yeah,
but I want Miz to have it again. I want it so bad.
The next one I actually didn't watch. Escobar beats Dragon Lee. Again, I really didn't have any stake in this one. I really didn't care all that much. I didn't really watch it. After that, it was Rhea Ripley keeping her title over Zoe Stark.
Totally fine with that.
Fine with that. Not a big deal. I don't see anybody taking it from her anytime soon. Maybe she'll have a really good match at WrestleMania with somebody. I don't know yet. I'm kind of hoping that they do kind of how they did with Mickie James for Royal Rumble and have some outsiders come in and maybe shake things up a bit and see how that goes.
I know exactly who's going to come and going to take the belt from her, AJ Lee.
That would be cool to see.
Royal Rumble, AJ Lee is going to be a special or a guest or a surprise entry. She's going to win it. She's going to take that belt. But who else has it? Bianca Belair has the other one, right? Wait, no, not Bianca.
No,
Damage Control has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's her name? Sky?
Yeah,
Io Sky has it. So I think no, I think she would probably fight Rhea Ripley. I think that would be a better choice. Total speculations.
Richard said that he would have saved her Punk shrimp for surprise entry Royal Rumble. I think that was on the table, but because it's so far away and he was already signing, it would have leaked out anyway, so it kind of would have killed it.
Yeah.
So they used Orton's return as kind of cover, like, oh well, they don't have Randy Orton return and CM Punk on the same night, so blah blah blah.
I think Eduardo said it best, like him showing up in
Chicago.
Yeah, it was just a great idea. And you forget Jade.
Oh, that's right. She just signed not too long ago, maybe like a month ago, from AEW.
Wait, isn't that what's his wife?
No.
Wait, who's Jade then? Which one's that?
She's just really buff. Yeah,
She's buff.
wrestler.
She's buff. All right.
Um,
I'm okay with that. I like
yeah, I
buff
forgot.
ladies.
Yeah, that we'll have to see what they do with that as well. And so last match of the night was Judgment Day, losing to Zayn, Rhodes, Rollins, Uso, and the late, but as got there eventually, Randy Orton.
Got there eventually.
Yeah,
That's fine. All right. I mean, they're trying to build up suspense. I don't think that's the best way to do it, but something's better than nothing. You have to add tension. Like all stories, whether you're reading a book, watching a movie, it's all tension. Reality TV shows are best when there's high tension, which is why people love watching like true crime stuff.
yeah,
It's the formula. Formula has
yeah.
worked since we could scratch stuff on walls. A few times, maybe. Oh, very nice, Brian.
Cool.
That is true. I do enjoy it when I actually get the time.
Yeah. And then of course, once that match is over, we had the return of CM Punk. I will say I did like during the match. Randy Orton's music was supposed to play. He was the last entrant. All the members of Judgment Day were waiting for him, and his music doesn't play. Rhea Ripley's music plays. She comes running out with the briefcase to give it to Damian Priest to cash in on Seth Rollins. Well, as soon as she hands it to the referee, then Randy Orton hits, and he comes out. And that was awesome.
So they didn't waste the briefcase at least.
No.
That would have been disappointing. When they get it, I prefer that they actually get it. Then it makes it like, why even bother then? Why do we have this damn thing?
Now, I will say I don't mind them wasting it. Like, not wasting, but trying for it and losing it if I really like this champion.
That's true. Yeah.
But, yeah.
But I think AEW issue, no storyline, so no investment from the fans besides seeing a good match. But eventually, you see enough good matches. Yeah, the story really does help push stuff along. Like, it wasn't my favorite, but the Nexus storyline, like forever ago, Wade Barrett and the other guys. I think Ryback was in there, and there's a couple, or he got kicked out or something, and ended up joining John Cena's side.
I cannot stand Ryback. I'm sorry.
I'm saying it's part of that storyline.
I know, but like he's always online. Like, oh, if this guy comes back, I'll retire. If that guy comes back, like if CM Punk goes back to AEW, I'll retire, or back to WWE, I'll retire. Like, bro, you should have retired a long time ago. Most people do not like you, and we do not care that you are a wrestler.
Yeah, I don't understand the appeal. I'm just a tiny Goldberg, and not even as honestly, that was good.
I never liked him. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe I'm sure there's people out there that do like him. I was never a fan.
Yeah, not me either, but it's whatever. But there are certain storylines that it builds over the weeks and over a couple pay-per-views. It's really fun to see the conclusions.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't care for the Roman Reigns stuff, because it's just so drawn out and long. Thing. I'm not watching a soap opera, which technically it is, just dudes who wrestle each other. That's some weird storylines out there. Ryback said if Punk showed up Saturday, he was retiring. People have asked. Oh man,
they even did a poll like a couple years ago.
Where should he go wrestle?
Like, where should I go wrestle? Ring of Honor, AEW, New Japan, or retire? And the majority of people said retire. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna go wrestle.
Let's go over here. That is 100% true, Sam. That is true across the board. And cigars, and in, like you said, in food. You have a restaurant that serves really good food, but honestly, the story behind some restaurants make the food, if that makes sense. Like there's one here in town, El Taquerita, which has been here for like longer than I've been alive, I think. And the history behind it and the story of them, starting this little Mexican restaurant in Oildale, which I know doesn't mean anything to a lot of people out there, but the name kind of give it away a little bit. It probably wasn't the easiest thing to start.
Yeah.
So their story is incredible.
Yeah.
Their food is incredible. But I think people continue to go because of their history, because of their story.
Mm-hmm.
Cigars are quite the same way. Like I love hearing about a GTO and how they farm, how everything's completely organic from start to finish, and they're one of the few left that will completely do it from top to bottom. Family by loyalty, not very a long history. They've only been in business a couple years. But it's a great story. I love it. I love the premise behind what they want to do with their brands.
Oh yeah.
So it's just there are wonderful stories out there. That's 100% true.
Brian, yeah, I can't wait till you guys get a chance to smoke our cigars in the club. Definitely happy you guys chose to do that. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
And you guys, we're at a half an hour. I'm gonna cut it because I kind of feel my nose start to leak a
It's
little bit
getting
here.
there.
So
Okay, yeah.
I do apologize. I don't know what the heck caused it, but we're actually watching Napoleon the night it came out, and I felt it. I was like, oh shit! So I ran to the bathroom, and I came out, and there was blood all over my hoodie. It was a light gray hoodie. I told the guy that worked there, I was like, bro, I'm sorry, I had a nosebleed. Kind of got some on the floor of the restroom. You might want to send someone to clean it up. He's like, oh, okay.
No, if Gilbert comes back, it's only to fight the hurricane. Hopefully, he comes out of time.
You could not bring Eugene back. The censors and everybody will cancel everybody faster.
Didn't he pass away?
No.
I thought he passed
No,
away.
he was still wrestling independent stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, you cannot have Eugene come back. People will be pissed.
Unfortunately, because he was a good guy. Anyway, let's let Frankie get some rest because he needs to stop bleeding all over the place.
Yeah,
guys, we will see you Saturday. There might also be a little bit short of a show. We got stuff we have to do on Saturday. There's an event we got to take care of, but we will be here nonetheless.
yep.
Guys, have a great week, and we will talk to you guys very soon.